Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to honor and commend Chief of Police Kenneth Strish on the occasion of his retirement. Whereas it is appropriate that the Council of the Borough of Berwick citizens who have performed with uncommon devotion and enthusiasm throughout their careers in law enforcement, and whereas Chief of Police Kenneth Strish of the Borough of Berwick Police Department is one such person who has devoted his life to the preservation of law and order and the protection of his fellow citizens. And whereas Chief Strish was first employed by the Borough of Berwick as a patrolman on October 22nd, 2000, where his many years of meritorious service earned him a series of promotions, first to criminal investigator, before ultimately being promoted to the position of Chief of Police on June 1st, 2012. And whereas, upon being promoted to the position of Chief of Police, Chief Strish continued to faithfully and dutifully serve the Borough of Berwick and its residents, as he consistently strived to make the Borough of Berwick a safe place for all to live, work, and do business. And whereas Chief Strish does intend to retire on November 1st, 2025, shortly following his 25-year anniversary of service to the Borough of Berwick on October 22nd, 2025. Now, therefore, be it resolved, and it hereby resolved, that the Borough of Berwick hereby honor and commend Chief of Police Kenneth Strish for 25 years of exemplary service to the borough and wish him well in his impending retirement. Resolved by the Borough of Berwick of the County of Columbia, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, this 20th day of October 2025. Signed by the Borough Manager and all members of Council. Okay. Okay.
Officially adopt it, yes.
I need a motion to adopt the resolution. Okay, we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. It's approved.
See y'all. Okay.
All right, item 6, citizens correspondence, personal appeals on anything that's on the agenda. Do any of you have anything to say to us about anything that is on the current agenda? Okay, fine, just stand up, give us your name and address, and please.
I was going to do it, but you listen.
Okay, I'm Diane Rothrock, this is my husband Dale Rothrock, and we are on here to have our road cut in front of us where the gas line is. We are in bad health, we have coal, we were advised not to use the coal anymore. We have gotten a contract with a contractor to change our house over to natural gas. The line is right in front of our house, it's not across the road, it's right in front of our house. So whatever the area would be that they would have to dig up in order for us to get to natural gas. But we already went through with the contractor, we have everything lined up, we just need the permission now for the road to get cut, which we didn't really know we had to do that.
And they come in to do the road, nobody knew about it,
Yeah.
and before you knew it, they were ripping it up and closing it again. Plus, I don't know who, but somebody already dug up 2 on Maple Road in the cul-de-sac, 1 on Linden, and 1 up a Park Boulevard, Park Drive, Park Boulevard, yeah, Park Boulevard. And the 1 on Maple, the 2 on Maple, they didn't even fill in, they didn't even blacktop.
I'm almost positive that's when the water company that's supposed to be playing back through to do that. they are supposed to be coming back to do a full curb-to-curb repavement on that. But you are on the agenda for council to consider that this evening here, so, yeah.
So, okay,
If the gas company were to be saying, yeah, we'll pave curb to curb afterwards, that would limit this requirement, because this would only be a patch pave, that's why on a newly paved road, it has to come before council. The water company has already agreed that they're gonna come back to it at the end and go curb to curb on the section that they disturb, just so you understand what that distinction is.
So the only way is if they go curb to curb.
That's the only way to do it automatically, but without that, that's what council has the ability to vote on this evening. That is on the agenda for them to vote on this evening, what you're requesting, just a patch cut.
Okay. Thank you.
anyone else? Okay, reports of committees, I'm not gonna go through the list, I'll just, does anybody, I know the mayor does, and both chiefs probably do, anybody else? Okay,
So last meeting, we appointed Reagan as our police chief for November 1st. At some point, I don't know if it's the police committee or the personnel committee, I think needs to get together and, work out some details for them.
Absolutely.
Right now, he's working for minimum wage and it's no.
Actually, it's waiters plus tips, so.
So I'm thinking it's personnel.
So yeah, police was who recommended his appointment, but that's pretty personnel that we should need to
So
discuss.
personnel is Tom, Nelson, and myself.
I think I did say that in an email to last meeting, so that at some point we need to do that, but, again, he's working for tips right now, and that's okay.
Appreciate it.
looks good.
So we need to get together.
Yep.
We can do that after the meeting, and figure out what time works and then.
Okay, Tom?
Is that it?
That's all.
The codes committee met last week and, this is for you, Frank.
Yes.
A few months ago, we were gonna look into a administrative search warrant to go into certain landlords' properties that they won't let us in.
Yes,
How are we making out with that?
we're all set to go. I mean, all I really need is for somebody with codes to tell me which properties we're gonna start with.
So Frank and I had a conversation earlier, and this was just a little bit of communication error, where I thought we were waiting for Frank to give the all go ahead, and Frank thought that he was waiting for me to give him a list of addresses, so this is a situation where
We were
communication.
I said do them all, and you said do one first and see how it goes, and then.
So we're gonna hit a couple right off the bat and see how that goes, but again, Frank thought he was waiting for me, I thought I was waiting for Frank, neither one of us asked anything, we're human, we can.
I thought we were waiting for both of you, so.
So there, it was, but that was not information that I knew, but that was just the hold up, so, Nicole was working on getting that list done up, today, so I'm thinking hopefully by tomorrow we'll have that over to Frank and we can get that all rolling.
And I think we could probably get probably 2 or 3 to start, rather than just one.
We'll probably, I'm assuming it'll be at least, we need to be like a building for it, might as well. So,
Okay. Thank you.
I just wanna say really quickly, council and mayor, you have in front of you in your packet with the budget. We're not discussing it at all this evening, because you just received it, but take the next few weeks to look through it. If you have any questions, I will always recommend that you get them to me ahead of time, because some things require going through the accounting system. If you're like, you wanna know what is this, what is that, what is the other. I know a lot of it, but not everything right off the bat, so having that be ahead of time is helpful. If you want me to tell you ahead of time, I will. If you want to wait till the meeting to answer the question, I will, but
Our first budget meeting will be November 3rd.
the first budget meeting will be November 3rd during the council meeting. If you can get any questions by, maybe that Thursday before, that makes my life a lot easier.
My question
Obviously,
is,
I'll do my best, but,
can we use bigger print?
so, I try to get all the columns on one page, so it's not all complicated, and
Require more paper than well.
I got an eye for something else.
we were, I was gonna have to ask for a tax increase unless I cut down the paper usage, so getting that small print saves enough paper to hopefully make none. I can do a large print edition for you, Jay. Everyone else okay, or? We'll do on poster board or something.
That'd be helpful.
There you go.
Anyone else other than the mayor and the chief? The mayor?
A couple of really quick things, we'll be quick. We received a letter from Urbandale High School in Urbandale, Iowa. They have a particular teacher that is doing a wall of mayors in one of the classrooms. And they're trying to find a town that's got something they're famous for. So they asked for a signed picture and potato chips. So we shipped them some white potato chips, so what else are we famous for? Yeah, I was gonna leave the picture out, to be honest with you, but
I would have stole Kovac's tank and driven it all around personally, but.
that means you'd have to listen to Kovac, and that would be penalty worse than death. Yeah. I got a call from, talking about politicians, I got a call from Robert Ledbetter's office today, asking if Berwick was holding Winterfest this year. Are we doing Winterfest?
Yes, so it is not officially a borough event, it is a borough supported event. It is December, do you know the day offhand, Ray?
Second Saturday in December.
Second Saturday?
Be the 13th.
Does that coordinate with the opening of the boulevard like it has in the past?
I think we've actually tried to avoid having, or they've tried to avoid having it the same night as the opening, because the opening is just too nuts already. So I believe the opening of the boulevard is probably the weekend prior. Don't quote me on
If
that.
it's like a 5 o'clock, start event or something? or
Yeah, we're not
Saturday
that,
event?
yeah, they went in some food trucks throughout a little bit earlier in the day, but,
Okay.
but most of the events are happening in the evening. So
Okay, thank
it
you.
should be very similar to what it's been in the last couple of years.
Super, thanks, I'm done, thank you.
Okay. Jack, I forgot to include you. You have any reports?
Next week is, brush pickup, curbside brush pickup, and the following week is, curbside leaf pickup. Just a couple important things on the report.
Questions?
I passed out the monthly report for September, currently going on, just so everybody knows, we have 5 candidates still in the running for our current hiring process. The oral board exam for them is a week from today, taking place here. We should have a preliminary result for that pretty quick, so by the time the next meeting comes around, we should know who would actually be moving in, onto the background portion.
Questions?
So all 5 of these candidates already cleared the written test and the physical?
Yeah, we had one fail the physical, we had one fail the written, and yeah, we're down to 5. We have 1 that is Act 120 certified and 4 for cadet sponsorship.
Still not the numbers we used to have, but I mean, it's something, and we have some
5
hope.
better than 1.
Well,
Yeah.
it's been done in the past.
And it would have been 1 if we didn't have the academy that sponsorship option, so hopefully we can end up with some decent coaches that way.
Okay, Bill.
The other thing I really have is, I got with Dee this week, and, I'm working on my budget already, put with you guys for next month, next year. Other than that, we really don't have much going on. Oh, the new truck, yes, the new truck went down to, Birmingham. They did all the paint, they sent back the analysis and stuff, it was only a scratch, it was not cut into the actual metal. I talked to them, they were supposed to be giving me a copy of what their report was, so we have on file. I stressed that to them. And, it went from there, now it's over at Mill Hall, which is part of the contract. It gets the winterizing undercoating done to it, they didn't do it right from the get-go, they said they wait till usually the first winter prior. So it's over there, should be back, hopefully this middle of this week. So I have no update on the other one, so.
No update on the old one?
No. So, other than that, I don't really have anything.
That one's in service right now.
Right now, yeah, we're using that one right now, it's in service, yeah. Used limited, I should say it's in service, limited. Structure fires, confirmed fires, we're not gonna run it or anything unless we have to. That's all I have, unless you guys have for me.
Questions? Nope. All right, we'll move on. Item number 8, business not ready for action. Academy cadet sponsorships.
So, you had sent to you a couple samples of some conditional employment agreements for Academy Gift sponsors that we've done in the past. I just got that to you this morning, so if you didn't see them, I apologize. You do also have a copy in front of you here. More than what, I would assume that we are going to walk away from this process with a recommendation to council to do at least 2 officers this route, assuming we get them, you know, they may get through orals and backgrounds and everything like that. My assumption is that's gonna be where we're gonna wanna go. So we wanna make sure we have things ironed out as far as what that's gonna look like. Any thoughts, opinions, things that we wanna make sure that we update, things that we wanna make sure are included?
I'm assuming from in the past that, Frank, I'm guessing, did you do these? I sort of meant for St. Patrick's and Shaw. I mean, all around, like, these are really solid starts. The only thing that I would personally, looking at them, would recommend is that we have some type of other clause in there, that if at some portion, even during the academy, if we come across something where we decide that we don't want them any longer, that we should have some language in there that we can cut ties as soon as possible. We have it as after they're in the academy, they're in the probationary period, of course, but if they're 3 months into the academy and we already realize that there are problems that we're not gonna overcome, we might as well be able to cut ties then.
So I may have missed this in the discussion previous, but the candidates that are going on the background checks, does that involve the lie detector? Are we
Yes.
Because I know we lose candidates.
Yes, so we
So
have.
that would be before we would agree to.
Oh, absolutely.
sponsorship.
This would be at the very conclusion, when we figure out, and by that point, polygraphs will be done, we'll have completed backgrounds, we should have a really, hopefully, a really strong understanding of the candidates we have to actually determine which ones we're
And
willing
what
to
I'm
send.
hearing you say though is if one of these guys is in the town, we just have that. You
Yep.
wanna go walk away.
Yeah, I mean, that's, if we're already willing, we're already taking the risk for it by paying for the academy, we're taking the risk then of paying for them to be there. I mean, at some point, if at any point that we determine that it's no longer worth that risk, we should be able to drop it.
At that point, if they choose to, they can continue to finish the academy, and I'm sure they can find employment elsewhere if they're able to do so, but it gives us the flexibility to make sure we're not stuck with. We want to make sure it gives us flexibility not be stuck with somebody who something comes up before we have to be fully committed.
Okay, I was looking at this and, on the Stankiewicz one, number 3, payment. $20 a day, $100 a week, maximum 32 cents a mile to travel. That to me is like, you gotta be kidding. I was thinking, well, the current reimbursement for travel from the federal government is like 58 or something, 65, I forget exactly what it is, but it's way up there. And instead of 20 a day, up to 100 a week, they're gonna be an employee, why don't we just pay a minimum wage? And then we don't have to do the stipend stuff.
Yeah, we had, Greg and I had talked about that a little bit. I think that would make more sense to not do any sort of stipends, to just say, a set amount of pay over a certain, hourly pay, whether it's minimum wage or I would recommend maybe a hair more than that, but some, not having any stipends, not having a lunch allowance in there, just a reasonable number for that. The expectation would be that at least sometimes these candidates will be in the building while, start getting a head start on learning our processes internally as well, making as much as possible so that when they graduate, they're ready to hit the ground running. So we've floated numbers anywhere in the $10 to $20 an hour range as far as what that might end up being. There would of course be no benefits prior to actual Act 120 employment.
So, I'm gonna say, I mean, I'm comfortable with you and Reggie working this out, and Frank and Melissa and that kind of stuff. Bring it back to us, say this is what we want.
I think the biggest thing is, is there an hourly number? Is probably the thing that we need the most guidance
So
from.
you're paying for their school, so I wouldn't, $20 an hour.
Yeah, I
Something-
agree with that.
Well, something reasonable.
I I think one of the issues that really potentially, I mean, especially as doing for debt sponsorships, we're not necessarily getting 21-year-olds that don't have jobs and are still living at home. Some of our candidates here are early, mid-30s,
So and that was
families.
Chief Brennan's argument way back when we
Mhm.
first did
So
this.
it's, so that's
You don't wanna eliminate those candidates.
just because it turns into how many of these candidates could potentially just take the hardship of being, you know, having their pay cut in half for the next 9
Well,
months.
and I'm not sure if it's why he did it, but one of our candidates, you know, he was working somewhere else when we did this.
My thought was is we work this up the best we can, leaving that dollar figure a little bit vague right now and kind of see where our candidate pool is at and see what's
I mean,
what's
they're-
gonna.
Departments do when they do.
What are they paying
It,
our chiefs now?
it all depends.
So just
Right,
like
they're paying an hour,
15,
yeah.
I would say it's like 15 an hour.
Night shift, I think it's a.
Yeah.
looking back at, Shaw specifically, cause it spells out, his was $10 an hour, $4 per week, but also another 50 for food and 100 for travel, so really $550. So, what's that gonna come out to?
550.
$13.75 an hour at that point. That was
15 years ago.
15 years ago. So, listen, I mean, at this point especially, we are, I think, the only ones locally really actively doing this. But if this is something we're gonna consider moving forward, I wouldn't be surprised if a few more departments jump on this too, so.
You gotta look at
yeah.
it as an investment. It's an investment in finding quality candidates that hopefully are gonna work here for 25 years. I mean, that's the goal. Whether it happens or not, I guess is.
That's the real question. Yeah.
But that's the goal, and you invest in the right candidate and maybe it works out, you know?
And I hope, you know, we're encouraged by a couple of the candidates who showed up for the testing. So obviously, getting through the whole background process is going to be important because we got a good first five doesn't necessarily mean anything, but.
And how long is that 120 class? How long is that?
It's up to, I wanna say over 900 hours now, so it's 7.5 months. So even, the earliest academy class that we'd be able to get anybody into would be January, and then even after the 7.5 months, for the final testing is usually a couple of weeks after the conclusion of the academy, and then we still have usually minimum 3-month FTO period. So it's like until they're actually on and working and covering shifts and work.
2027.
Just about.
Yeah, really.
But at least there's a light at the end of the tunnel with this, where right now there's so much, just, again, we had exactly one applicant who was Act 120 certified, and that was despite us having, both the entry level and the, lateral transfer options, and, yeah, we gotta do something.
Does anybody have an objection to leaving the numbers fuzzy and let Damien and Reagan come up with a suggestion for us at some point in the future?
I think you can all, and I hope you can all trust that we're gonna come back with the right number to keep the borough in good financial standing, but also not lose out on good options.
Okay, and then you guys have to come back to us when you want to with a set of numbers. Okay, the Koblenz update.
So I did send you the email that I received from Josh. I don't have anything to add to that, but I just want to have it on here, so if there were anything that you need me to take back to him, I can do so.
Comments? If not, we'll move on. Number 3, Sponsler Park ribbon cutting.
So, if we are to get a ribbon cutting in this year, what we're targeting would be November the 8th. That's just trying to make sure that Jack and his guys have enough chance to just finish up the last few things that are done there, then also still get it in before we get into the full-blown grips of winter. We would also, with that, if the council wants that date, we need to make sure that the chamber is available for that day. We want them to be along to do with their big fancy scissors and all that good stuff, getting invitations out. So I guess I just want to know, would council like me to try to move forward with November the 8th, or would you, which is a Saturday, or would you like me to hold off until spring?
So here's my opinion on that. We've done a lot of stuff the last 4 or 5 years.
And we've done a very poor job getting all this stuff done. And you made it very clear we need to make sure we do better moving forward, so this is a.
I mean, people, well, you know, there's nothing to do with it, they don't do this, they don't do that, we don't publicize what we do, that's our problem.
Yep.
guys do the best job, you know what I mean, with the information we give you, but, you know, on a Facebook page. When was the last time somebody posted on Facebook?
The leaf stuff last week.
Yeah, not leaf stuff, good stuff. That, you know what I'm trying to
I
say.
do, so this is an effort to do better, so.
Right, and if we're ready to do this, if this is ready, then let's do it.
And I'm perfectly fine, I prefer that as well, I just, you know, I didn't want someone to think, why are we out here in the freezing cold? So that's why the option's up there.
I mean, this is just an idea because I was going to talk to, so I can't remember what year we did it last. We did tried to do a community Christmas tree decorating down in Sponsors Park as a way of bringing community together down there. I was going to offer to donate the tree this year to try to bring that back. Now that it's renovated, I think that would be a good idea. I mean, I know it's gonna be cold, but, would it be possible to do a ribbon cutting ceremony along with, some kind of Christmas decorating?
It would, but we can also.
It might draw people out and have something to do.
It would, but it's also a chance to have two very positive things happening back to back months too, so, yeah, I think that's, either way, I think the tree decorating thing sounds absolutely wonderful, I think that would get people out as well, but even there, if, you know, a month prior, they saw in the newspaper about the ribbon
And
cutting.
then follow up with something, I'd like to, it was fun when we did it, it was a lot of work, but.
And we have a stage now, so if you wanna have someone there doing some caroling or something during you know, they have a place where they can perform in
I can maybe work on a Santa, I don't know.
And here, I mean, we didn't do this before, Jason, but, you know, what about a food truck? You
Yeah,
know, make it more of a celebration.
like a Christmas event.
Yeah.
Or even letting a few crafters set up there to have regular Christmas shopping type stuff, I mean, there's
Well,
options for it, so.
This is like way in the future, but I love like Chris Kindle March, like Bethlehem does a Chris Kindle March, it's a way to, look for local vendors to come out, food trucks, kinda like Christmas, like a winter village thing, I think that'd be really cool to do. Obviously, that's a long shot in the future.
This year.
Don't switch too far.
I guess
I'll put Therese on the line, she'll have it ready for next year, no problem.
With all the renovations that have been done down there, it's perfect time to try, you start small.
Yeah, I mean, the West End in the past 10 years has really, been transformed. I think, the community projects and the housing development down there is really, I like my neighbors in the West End, county view from the West End, and I think that more activities on there, particularly, would be great, so there's no way we could do that, that'd be wonderful, but.
If you wanna try to put that together, I'll volunteer to help.
Okay.
I think, like, cause the Winterfest committee has a lot of contacts with all those vendors.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that'd be amazing, yeah.
Cause we were talking about, dude, I never thought about it, we were talking about other areas in town that maybe do something,
Yeah.
but I think that part.
Yeah, Jack's team did a really great job renovating down there, it looks beautiful, and like last time we had, like 2 people dressed up in Marvel characters come down for the kids, and like we had Santa and.
We actually got more
chocolate and stuff.
characters this year too.
Oh, cool, okay, alright.
We
I
had
got a great lead on the
Grinch.
Okay.
But no, we were talking about doing more events. We had like a brainstorm, we were talking about more events.
Yeah, that's awesome, okay.
So are we okay with, let's target the 8th for the ribbon cutting?
Yeah, that's fine.
And use that as a launch to hopefully get something for Christmas as well, and
Perfect, I like that.
I'll put that on Teresa's plate tomorrow, and.
Any objections?
I won't be there, I'm not ready.
Christmas is saying, Jack, is there a rebar? Because the year when Teresa, when they put the tree up, we had to go,
Oh,
and then
okay.
it fell, so the next time she called me, so.
I'm not an engineer, Jack, so, an indoor Christmas tree stand.
I gathered up some guys from Second and Warren, and at the time, and we went and got rebar, so if we could be, maybe, I don't know if you have any down there that,
Oh,
we
absolutely.
could be, maybe be prepared.
I'll be
ahead of time.
proactive and not reactive this year.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it done, we got it done.
We have a pretty,
What's that? Oh, yeah,
pretty stand,
Okay.
so.
Just put it right at center court.
You can put it up on stage and just put a couple of guy wires
Yeah.
to hold it up.
There's options, we can
Whatever.
figure out the logistics of that.
We can put it many places, yeah.
Jack loves Christmas way more than I do, so I'm sure he'll be committed.
Sure.
Any additional
Great,
comments,
thank you.
questions? Otherwise, we'll move on. There is no old
Thank you,
business. There is no old business, so we're on to item 10, the consent agenda. You've all had a chance to read through the material, bill listings, all that good stuff that's there. Does anybody want to move anything off of the consent agenda, or does anybody want to discuss it separately, or do we?
How about a
Have any
motion
changes?
to approve the consent agenda?
I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Jay and then Mr. Learn, Seconded, all those in favor of the consent agenda say aye. Opposed, same sign, it's approved. New business. Consider and take action to accept with regrets the retirement of Chief of Police Kenneth Strish, effective November 1st, 2025. Oh, Ray, okay. Second by Teresa. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. It's approved. Consider and take action, excuse me, to approve the request of Dale and Diane Rothrock at 241 Maple Road to allow UGI to cut Borough Street for gas service inside of the 5-year moratorium for newly paved streets. Any questions? Any discussion?
So, I get that we don't want to tear up streets, but we also, these folks have the opportunity to not only save money, but save labor, and you said your health, I don't know if coal dust has something to do with that, but.
That and other physical
I
problems
breathe a
with
little
the coal,
coal
trying to
down
carry the
that
coal.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I mean, if UGI restores the street like they're supposed to, yeah, it'll have a patch in it, but it shouldn't affect the smoothness of the travel.
I mean, and I'm not saying this to convince anybody in that direction, it will, I mean, at the end of the day, when you have those patches, they're never gonna be perfectly level, perfectly flush, like, but, again, that's not me telling you.
You know, we have a pristine street maybe, but,
Yeah.
I mean, look, here,
Yeah.
there's no potholes.
At the end of the day, when Kurt, you know, this is a Kurt thing, and he followed the rules in the books, which is that it's supposed to
And
count,
this,
so.
you know, we've had that zoning discussion, maybe we need to discuss some stuff like this too. You know, but as long as, if UGI is gonna restore it, and the restoration has to pass the inspection, I don't know how you guys do that, if Kurt does it, if Jack does it, I don't know. But if it, I'm willing to make the motion to let these folks get gas heat in their house.
Yeah, I'd second that.
Motion second, any questions? I have a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. You have your gas line.
Thank you. May I say something though, in defense for the gas company? When they ran that line a couple years ago, and we had a patch, what, like 2 foot, 3 foot, it never sank.
Right.
There were no potholes. It stayed perfectly until they came down
And typically,
Dug everything
in
up.
my experience with the gas company where I work, you know, if it does sink, it's a phone call and they come back.
Yeah.
They're very good, they've always been good with me.
And I don't wanna knock the people that did the road down there, okay? But if you go down there now, you're gonna see more puddles than you saw before they did the road. Because the road is not smooth, it's not.
That's Jack's fault.
No.
I mean,
No.
seriously, I mean.
No.
It's running into people's drivers that I never did before.
The most important thing, Mr. Rothrock, is there's no big holes in the road that I hit with a tire, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
I get the moratorium, I do, but
So just to make sure I'm clear on this, we can contact the gas company and say, you can do it,
Yeah,
like we normally do it.
voted, right?
What?
We voted, right?
We voted, and you can do it.
I will let Kurt know tomorrow, you talked to Kurt, I believe, I'll let him know tomorrow morning that he's fine to give the okay to move forward. He'll probably call the gas company directly, if you want to as well, just to be safe, I mean,
Okay.
by tomorrow morning, I'd say by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, everyone will be on the right page, know that it's okay to move forward.
Okay, cause I gotta let the gas company know they can proceed now, because they're the ones that.
Before I leave this evening, I'll actually send Kurt an email, just in case we don't cross paths first thing tomorrow, so he has it, that he knows it's good to go.
Okay,
Okay?
Thank you so much.
thank you very much, ladies and
Enjoy your
gentlemen.
gas heat. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, I can't wait.
Damien, before we move on, or Bob, before we move on, back around the table, Greg is not here, I didn't realize it, the emergency, we had the EMA drill. We had our yearly EMA drill last Wednesday night here at City Hall, and we didn't get our final report yet, but the guys said we did very well. So, we had a meeting, so.
Alright. We do not have any added items. Do we have any citizens' correspondence, personal appeals, anything? Doesn't have to be on the agenda. Anything you want us to talk about, consider, maybe for a future agenda? Okay, not hearing any, then
Adjourn.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Okay, all on. Yeah, Jay Nelson.
session.
No.
It was a joke, it was a joke for him. Just kidding.
You know, y'all hide.
No, you're not.
Billy's not on, he's not here anymore.
You can't talk to Jack in the airport.
No, never, if you see Jack in the airport during the Christmas holiday, never yell down the corridor, hi, Jack.
Yeah, don't even talk to Jack if you're in the airport. Don't.
Man.
I'm not quite sure.
How's Chad? He's wasting money.
Not yet.